Barbados Association of Creatives and Artists. Press statement for immediate release. BACA calls for the resolution and transparency in the case of Ronnie the announcer Clarke. The Barbados Association of Creatives and Artists expresses its grave concern over the treatment of our member, Mr. Ronnie Clarke, known to the Calypso fraternity and the public as the announcer. Mr. Clarke has faithfully served Barbados in two distinct capacities: as a respected program manager at Starcom Network and as the announcer, a celebrated calypsonian and cultural advocate whose music has enriched the nation's cultural landscape for decades. Today, he remains on paid leave, pending the resolution of a matter that traces back to 2024, a matter that raises troubling questions about freedom of expression, cultural participation, and fairness. A timeline of concern. The genesis of this issue lies in the announcer's 2024 public announcement of the title of his Calypso, National Carol Festival, and his social commentary on the challenges faced by calypsonians. These Facebook posts were later interpreted by management as inappropriate for someone holding a senior broadcasting position. In addition, the announcer fulfilled the intent of his post and announcement of the release of National Carol Festival on June 27, 2025. In 2025, Mr. Clarke appeared on the Marcia Week show as the Calypsonian, the announcer, to discuss his judging night performance and to share the realities faced by calypsonians. Management has since interpreted this as an appearance in his capacity as program manager and brought disciplinary charges against him. Despite this, the announcer was allowed to participate in the 2025 National Pick of the Crop Calypso competition. In fact, his participation was recognized by management as one of the reasons his being placed on leave was delayed. This raises the question, in what capacity was he allowed to compete? As the Calypsonian, the announcer, or as program manager, Ronnie Clarke? The lack of separation highlights inconsistencies in the handling of this matter. His song, National Carol Festival, went on to place third in the NCF-produced finals, was broadcast live on CBC 100.7 FM, and was widely hailed as one of the most impactful pieces of social commentary of the season. Yet, Starcom banned the song from airplay, only to later air the same finals performance during a commercially sponsored broadcast and in subsequent replays, contradicting their own stated reason for the ban. Escalation to the highest level. BACA first wrote to Starcom's general manager, Mr. Anthony Green, seeking clarification. After receiving no further response, we were compelled to escalate the matter to Ms. Dawn Thomas, Group CEO of OCM, Starcom's parent company, who acknowledged receipt, confirming that the highest level of the organization are aware. Furthermore, this situation also raises troubling questions about leadership. When president of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union is seen to be presiding over actions that amount to censorship of cultural expression, it challenges the very principles of free and fair broadcasting and the region expects from its media leaders. This matter is no longer just an internal employment dispute. It touches on fundamental issues raised. One, freedom of speech. Can a calypsonian speak on national issues without fear of professional reprisal? Two, cultural expression. Can art continue to hold a mirror up to society without being censored? Three, the right to private pursuits. Can employees freely participate in cultural life without fear of being victimized? A troubling national contradiction. Coming so soon after, Carifesta, where Barbados proudly showcased its creatives on the regional stage. This situation is particularly disheartening. How can we celebrate our culture before the world while seeking to mute one of our most consistent cultural voices at home? This is more than irony. It is a contradiction that undermines the very image of Barbados as a cultural leader. Our call to action. BACA calls for transparency in the process and decision making surrounding this matter, for dialogue between all relevant parties to seek a resolution that respects the rights of creatives, and for fair treatment of Mr. Clarke and, by extension, all cultural practitioners who contribute to national development through the arts. This situation affects not only Mr. Ronnie the announcer Clarke, but every cultural practitioner, broadcaster, and citizen who values freedom of expression. We therefore call on all creatives, cultural practitioners, stakeholders, and citizens to stand with BACA in solidarity. Use your voices, speak out on social media, write to your representatives, and call for fairness and justice. This is bigger than one man. It's about preserving a Barbados where art is free, where culture thrives, and where no one is punished for speaking truth through sound. BACA remains steadfast in our commitment to defend the rights of our creative members, to speak out when culture is under threat, and to ensure that the voices of our artists are celebrated and not silenced.